Hello, my amigos. I'm so excited to share with you a story about just a person who was so kind to me, and it just reminded me that kindness is beautiful, and I want to remind you too, so stay tuned. So about 2 weeks ago, I was in Chicago, and as I was coming home from Chicago, I realized that I had to stop and get gas. And I looked, and I was just driving. It's a 3-hour drive. And I just looked and noticed I had 47 miles left in my tank, and I had about 75 miles to go till I got home. So basically, I was 2 hours out of Chicago and 1 hour from where I live. So I just pulled over in this little podunk town, I don't even know the name of it, and went to a Pilot gas station. So as soon as I pulled into the pump and looked over at my passenger seat, my heart just sank, because I was like, oh no, I left my purse at the hotel I was just staying at that had my ID and my credit cards. But I was like, that's okay, I know my credit card number by heart. So the first thing I did was call the hotel and say, hey, I think I was in this room. I think I left my little wristlet there. I got everything out of my room because I was there for 5 days, but I left my little wristlet. Sure enough, they're like, yep, we have it. We will overnight it to you. And just to let you know, I did get it the next day at 11 a.m. You know, all my cash, all my credit cards, everything was in there intact. So thank you so much to the Hyatt Hotel. So here I am in little town with, again, no cash, no ID, no credit card. And so I walk in to the station, and I just kind of look around, and I see a woman who obviously works at the gas station, and she's just kind of cleaning by the coffee pots. And I went to her and I said, hey, can I see a manager? And she says, oh, I'm a manager. And I said, great. I said, I just left Chicago and I am an hour away from home. I need to get gas. I left my credit card, my ID, my cash up there. I'm stranded. Can I just give you my credit card number and put some gas in my tank? And she said, I'm sorry, we can't do that. She said, we have nothing in our system that will allow us to punch a credit card in. You actually have to have the credit card now because of the chips. And I said, okay. So I was just thinking, and just then a man came forward, and he was a black man who was maybe like in his mid-30s, and he looked like maybe he was a truck driver, is what I would have guessed. And he says, I'll pay for your gas. And I said, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Are you sure? And he's like, yeah. He said, this is Jesus putting you here in front of me. I'm going to take care of you, and God's going to take care of me. And I was like, give me your name and address, and I'm going to mail you a check for this, I promise. He's like, nope, I don't want any repayment. I'm just going to buy your gas. God is good. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much. Like, this stranger, just came out of nowhere and is going to buy me gas. And so right now in America, there's been just a lot of racial tension, and I just felt so just like humbled and blessed to have, this person come up and offer to help me. And he's like, I know you're not scamming. I can tell you're really in trouble. So we walked up to the register, and I was just like, are you sure? Please let me pay you back. He's like, nope, I'm going to do this. God's going to give this back to me tenfold. And so we get up to the register, and he takes out his credit card, and the lady says, how much do you need to put on it? And I said, well, let's see. I have 47, I can go 47 miles, but I have to go 75. I'm like, oh my God, I have to go 40 more miles. I need 40 gallons of gas. So of course I did my math totally wrong. I didn't need 40 gallons, I needed 40 miles. So I said, oh my God, that's $80. And he's like, I'm like, $80, that's way too much. You have to let me pay you back. And I was, I totally did the math wrong. I needed probably like $5, but I said I needed $80. And that man gave the lady his credit card. He was willing to give $80 to a complete stranger and not expect that she pay him back. I mean, and he hesitated because, $80 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And so I was like, oh my gosh, let me, and he's just like, nope, God put you here for me to take care of. You were, meant to be here. And I wanted to hug him because I truly felt like this stranger has blessed me today. Like, I could not believe how kind he was. So I said to him, I go, I want to give you a hug, but of course, there's no hugging in COVID. And so I just said, thank you so much. But I said, please let me have your name and your phone number. So I did take his name, and his name is Tyjuan, and I got his phone number, and it looks like it's like an Alabama area code. So I got to the tank and started pumping my gas, and that's when I realized, oh God, I don't need $80. I only need, but by the time I realized this, I was close to $40. So it just shut off, like I just stopped it at $40. So luckily I did not take $80 from him. I took $40 for him, and the lady did say if she doesn't use the whole 80, it'll go back on your card. So I'm confident that, he put 80 on my card, but only 40 got charged. But still, he gave $40 to a complete stranger. So I was able, to get home. It put way more gas in my car than I needed. And I was telling my husband this story, and he's like, wow, you are lucky. And I was like, I am not lucky. Like, I was blessed. Like, this guy just came down, was just there for me and just willing to give $80 to me, like a complete stranger. Like, I was walking on air that whole day and the next day, and I was so excited to share this story with some of my friends. I'm like, you are not going to believe what happened. And just like the kindness of a stranger just re-energized me and kind of fueled my soul again. So I want to say thank you so much to Tyjuan. We've had a couple text messages, and I said I only needed 40, but we've exchanged a couple text messages. He is an over-the-road long haul trucker. He was just there to take a shower, and he said that morning he had been praying to God to, help him do something to make the world a better place, because he was watching the news and he felt so discouraged. And then there I was. And that's another important part of the story. He did tell me to pay it forward. And I'm like, dude, I will pay it forward. Tell me your favorite charity. I'll donate to your favorite charity. He's like, nope, you just pay it forward. So I am on the lookout to pay this forward, because I'm going to come to somebody's rescue. I just hope that something happens in Tyjuan's life, that some blessing comes onto him because he helped me out, that he sees, that he was rewarded for his kindness. And I do believe that the universe kind of reflects the kind of person you are. If you're a generous person, you get generosity back. But so I just want to say thank you to Tyjuan for just his kindness and his just willingness to give to me, a total stranger. And not only was it gas, but it just really refueled my soul. And it's most people in the world are good, caring, loving, kind people. Yet on the news, we're just shown, bad stuff, upset people, racial tensions, hate. And it's not really like that all over the world. There is kindness and graciousness. And so I just wanted to share that experience with you. So I'm looking to pay it forward. And I just want to thank my new friend Tyjuan, and he's my new pen pal on text messaging. And if you have something like a stranger has done something kind for you that you want to share, or you were able to help out a stranger, leave it in the comments below. I think this would be a really fun conversation to have, and just to remind us all, there are kind, loving, caring people out in the world that will step forward and help a stranger in need. And so I definitely needed somebody's help that day, because I was stuck. I mean, my husband would have had to, drive, probably an hour and 20 minutes to get me a credit card. And, I would have had to just wait there, and it would have been an inconvenience, and we'd have to take 2 cars home. But I just want to thank Tyjuan, and I'm definitely going to pay it forward. So thanks so much for listening to my story. Leave your comments below. Thanks so much for following Life with a Side of Autism, and I'll see you on the next video.